Alrighty, it's Monday morning after the EWS in Petson, and we've got a big day. Well, I've got a big day ahead of me. Sam's going to help me out here. We've both done the EWS E-race on Thursday. Basically, I couldn't hold on. Sam could hold on. Sam's moto background really helped him out, and we've been discussing some options about how to hang on to the rig on the way down without getting the talons that just grip onto the bar and just go weak. We watched the actual EWS yesterday. It looked like probably 80% of the field was suffering with talons as well. So today, instead of going to France like we originally planned, we're just gonna, I'm gonna buy a lift pass and just try and punch out 5 or 6 laps and just suffer through the pain. And that's how it's done. So we'll take you along for a vlog and see how it goes. Stocked up, sausages, blueberries, bananas, and a coffee in a can for breakfast. Pretty lucky today. I've got Sam here helping me out on the tools. He's also come over here racing the e-bike category, but it's coming to a bit of drama. So unfortunately, unlike yesterday, you won't be able to be yelling at me from behind, telling me to carry on when the claws are done.
Not today. Too much descent yesterday, and did the tricks and mischief. So
the tricks out of action.
Yeah,
she's just propping up that tree today. That's all it's good for.
Yeah.
But we've also got some more testing going on simultaneously. This is a brand new 2023 Z. Did one run on it yesterday. Felt good, early days. And then halfway through the runs, we'll also swap out this coil for an air shock and see what we can find out. Run one down there now. 14.5 minutes it took me of just pure claw training. Even got the foot claws out at one point. They got to start getting a bit cramped up. So that's the job, and we'll try and do that another 4 to 5 times today. To be honest, it's just torture. It's not riding my bike for fun, but this is why we do it. This is the capital of clawdom. This is 1,000 meters drop, 0 let off, massive holes, on the brakes the whole time. My brakes are pumping up. Suspension's pretty firm, but that's just going to help the claw training. So yeah, we'll crack on. So while I was out there torturing myself, Sam's had a closer look at his Trek, and he's really discovered that it's game over. What happened is the shock bolt snapped, and now you can't quite see actually, but that's bent in that direction. So it's game over for Sam's trip on the Trek anyway.
It's too rough, eh? 2
out of 3 e-bike races for you done though, so
yeah,
it's alright. One finish.
Happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, one finish. We had a drivetrain meltdown on the first one, but got through this one, so yeah, pretty happy about it.
And now he's on the tools. The bike's been checked over after the first lap. Got a plan for the afternoon to change. These are only 1.8mm wide discs. So Sam's going to find some washers this afternoon so that we can try his 2mm wide Galfa discs. Give that a go. Woo. That's lap 2. dropped a minute and the time, which I think is a result of already having stretched the fascia out, maybe the first run, and surprised it, and they really locked up in the first run. But then second run, mentally a little bit more relaxed. I could lean the bike a bit better and pull up at a few sections and release the arms, but I think just physiologically pre-stretching the fascia helped, and that's why the specific conditioning is, in my opinion, as good as it gets. I've tried rev grips and vibracores and all the remedies before, but in my experience, just specific conditioning is what pays off. I train in Christchurch, so it's like flow tracks really, 3 minutes, and you just can't do it. This is a 1,000 meters drop, relentless on the brakes, so this is why we get out here. Couldn't make it happen this year because of Scotland. Flew there first and then had to come out here, so we couldn't get a pre-season Euro specific conditioning session going. But it's happening now, feeling the gains. Whew. What's run 3 got in store for me, Sam? What do you got going on here?
We've got a disc swap. We may do a handlebar swap, we'll see. And then after that, we've got a new shock to try. Oh yeah.
She's all on. So Sam's next theory, the man's full of theories, is that 35mm plus rise bars have more flex, and that's going to help the hands. So we've got a set of 1UP carbons here, his bar off the Trek ROP, and we'll give that a go this run. Alright, we're on the sugar. We're 42 minutes of claw training in today. And that was an interesting run because we went up to the 35mm rise bar. We had to drop the stem, which meant that we have extended the reach, because as you can see, the stereo tube swings off the back there. So the lower the stem is, the more reach you have. So what we're going to try now, it felt a bit long, didn't help the pump at all, so we're going to go to, once again, Sam's 35mm stem, which means that we'll be able to have the reach that I'm used to with the 35mm rise. Four laps deep now, and the shorter reach, the 35mm stem, was heading in the right direction. The time was looking good again, and now we're going even shorter by running a lower, going back to the lower rise bar and keeping the 35, so we'll be able to raise the stem higher and bring it towards me a little bit more. So towards an hour of the claw training now. Definitely feeling the fatigue. This tyre here was brand new on race morning. Now it's just one race and 4 laps in, absolutely destroyed. So counterintuitively, most of the research that I've found, which is largely from the motocross sort of discipline, because they've been around for so many more years and there seems to be a lot more research going on that sport. Sort of found that gym work actually doesn't improve arm pump. It actually makes it worse, because of course you build up the muscles and then that makes them tight around the fascia, which then of course restricts the blood flow from getting down the arms into the hands, etc. So you got to watch it, because obviously you want to do a bit of gym work to keep your the main muscle group strong. But yeah, definitely finding ways to avoid pumping up the forearms and things in the gym. You know, people try rock climbing and all that stuff, but it also seems to do the opposite of what they want. Best way to do it is just specific conditioning, plummeting down the hills on the brakes, is what the papers basically say. Just do your sport. So this will be the last run, which means I would have descended over 5,500 metres. Brutal descending though, you know, like full runs non-stop, and also just on the brakes the whole time, so definitely need to recover from this day. Got a 10-hour drive through to Morzine tomorrow, so just be sitting on my ass, looking forward to that. The other thing that I think I've forgotten to mention is that all this is a lot worse on the e-bikes, because my bike's probably 25-26 kilo, so that means you have to pull a lot harder on the brakes to slow this thing down and maneuver it the whole way down. So if I went back to normal bike racing, I'd probably be a machine right now. Alrighty, that's a wrap. Feeling the fatigue on the fifth one. Hooked a pedal. Just a simple mistake. But I carried on and fought on through the claw training. 5 laps, that was hard work. Hands are cooked now. They're just vibrating. Even the skin of my palms are sore, so that was the goal. Also made some headway with the setup, so a good day out all in all. Big thanks to Sam behind the camera for banging the tools. Time for a big old snitchel and sleep.